obviously you can see we're up a little higher today, checking out some higher elevation creeks. Water temps up here, even in the heat of the afternoon, there was just about 56 degrees up here, which is still above average for this time of year, but good option for afternoon fishing because down in the valley on the Arkansas, we're definitely seeing temps start to spike around 1, 2 o'clock, and we're seeing temps down there running. It's like 56 in the mornings, and then we're getting up into the upper 60s, low 70s down there, which is way too hot to fish. So with low flows, water temps are going to be best in the morning on the Arkansas. And like I said, 1 or 2 is really when you should probably stop fishing due to high water temps, but coming up high. Even though it's still very low up here, with it being higher elevation, cooler nighttime temps, the water, if you want to do a full day and stay out and fish in the afternoons, come up high. And
what about further upstream? Is it different?
Temps are better, yeah, if you're going up towards Granite, Leadville. They're still hitting that kind of 68-degree threshold up higher, but those temps have been hitting around 5 p.m. Much later in the afternoon, where we're seeing that at like 1 or 2 down in Salida. So yeah, if you, again, wanted to stay on the Arkansas, fishing in the afternoon, um, going up higher in the drainage is a great option. But Salida area, BV, and downstream, temps are getting quite warm. So
What about the bump and flows?
it bumped to 360, I believe. They're going to do that until this Sunday, and then it's going to drop again. So it's kind of a short-lived.
When will we see those bumps again?
I have no idea. We will see.
So if the water comes up, is there kind of a rule of thumb, like if it's below 300, is it always going to be kind of unfishable after?
If our temps stay as hot, we've been in the 90s for like a week. We're supposed to have cooler temps, 80s, low 80s, and afternoon rain. So that'll certainly cool things down. It's really just being aware. Like have a thermometer, check the temps.
What temps are we looking for?
High temps.
Well, but like specifically.
Like 65. A lot of people will say that you can still fish, but you shouldn't take pictures. You want to keep them in your net, unhook them in the net. Like, don't bring them up out of the water. And as you hit 68, you should stop completely. Trout will completely, for the most part, shut down at 72, and mortality rate goes through the roof at those upper reaches of those temperatures.
And so in the evening, will those water temperatures drop back down?
We're not seeing water temps drop back into like fishable conditions until like 10 o'clock at night. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'll hit it when it's cooler. But even though air temp might be cooler at dusk, the water temps are still high currently in the slide area. So that might be the case again further up, come up here, the higher elevation creeks and stuff, or again, the upper river.
Or
But
early in the morning.
yeah, early in the morning has been great. But we're not seeing again and we might with this, drop in air temp and rain in the afternoon, we could see a nice little drop in temps. But with the weather we've been having, it's been above a fishable water temp, responsible water temp, well and after dark. So currently it's kind of not even a good idea to fish at dusk.
Is there kind of a general rule for taking water temps? Like, should you be focusing on the fast water or the pools?
We should try to get a temp, like middle of the river. Like, obviously, eddies with not a lot of current are going to be warmer than the middle of the river. I think typically you want to try to get a temp in like a fast moving current in the middle of the river if you can. It's going to be the coolest, and that's right now, that's where fish are sitting anyways. So yeah, middle of the river, riffles is going to give you a more accurate temperature gauge of if it's fishable or not.
Any other tips, etiquette, advice for these low conditions? And
No, the biggest thing I think it's still river's totally fishable. It's fishing great, but obviously mornings are going to be the best, and just get out early, get off early, unless you're coming up high, or just staying cooler all day long. Um, yeah, just even if you're doing catch and release and the water temps are in the 68 to 72, I mean, again, the mortality rate skyrockets, and even if you are trying to catch and release, you're more than likely killing those fish. So